All right, hello, how are we doing? So basically, this is a video. I haven't done a video since a long time ago. I'm actually gonna give it a shot, of being a content creator. So, I mean, nothing's wrong with that, you gotta experiment. Basically, today I'll be talking about my piercings. I just thought about that. I was like, all right, I'll explain about it because there's a lot of people that don't really know about that, people have questions like, what does it feel to have a piercing, or does it hurt? Like, what type of treatment do you need? And all that type of stuff that you actually probably, probably just get confused or don't know or you don't know who to ask. All right, so first, I'm actually going to share my experience and what I've actually, what I experienced while having a piercing. All right, first, I'm going to start with the earrings, and then I'll later on explain about the nose ring, the nose ring and stuff like that, and I'll tell you, how each thing actually felt and the process of healing, and maybe just like all that stuff that you actually want to like know about if you're ever gonna plan to get piercings and all that stuff. So I'm actually from Colombia, yeah. I was born here, obviously. And when I was like, what, 14, I got my piercings, the earrings. And basically, how that went down was that I actually did this one first. Yeah, I did this one first. And a friend told me um, that you should actually get both of them pierced because I don't know, there's some reasons because of you should get both of them pierced and stuff like that. And I thought it very well. I was like, should I get both of them pierced? And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll do it right away. So literally the next day, I got this one pierced. And um, about how it feels and stuff while getting a piercing. Honestly, when you're getting the your ears pierced, it actually depends on the person that does it and how, like, what type of method he's gonna use or she's gonna use. But in my case, the person actually he just put like a little cream. It was like clear. It was like gel, and he used a piercing needle. So when he inserted the piercing needle into my ear, my earlobe, I didn't feel anything. It was just like a little bit of pressure, and it didn't hurt. After that, he put the piercing in. All right, so the little at that time I had these like simulator. I'm not sure how you call it in English, but they're in Spanish it's called a simulator. And he just put that in there, and then he turned the little thing in, and it was right there, and I had the piercing. I had a piercing already, but it didn't hurt. What did hurt was that uh, I had to wait, I think, a month for it to heal, and I had to do a process, like the healing process, and putting cream and stuff like that. So I actually skipped out on that. Like I think I did it for the first week. On the second week, I was like already kind of like anxious to like take it off and like maybe like see the little hole or something like that. And that was a problem. So I basically I didn't follow the instructions. I didn't follow what the person told me to do, and that's where it actually hurt. Yeah, because what I told you, the first week I started cleaning my ear, with cream, sometimes with alcohol, although I don't recommend alcohol. Um, yeah, a bunch of it was mostly creams, to be honest. And yeah, I actually avoided touching my piercing because that it can infect your ear. So I basically did that for a week, and the second week, I stopped doing that. What I told you, I was gonna take it off. I took it off, and I was like, I mean, they already healed up, and that's where it actually hurt because the hole of the piercing, it didn't heal obviously correctly, and since that's like when you take it off, it's a screw. It's basically a screw, and so inside the hole, while you take the piercing out, it scrapes the hole, and that really, really, really hurt. The problem with that is that when if you don't follow, basically if you don't wait the time that you're supposed to wait for it to heal, it can get infected, and a bunch of like pus can come out of your ear and your earlobe, not your ear, the earlobe, and to put it back in, it's gonna hurt even worse, and the process of healing could be longer. It could be up to maybe 2 months or even more. But for me, actually, the process was pretty fast. It only took about um, month and a half probably for both of them because I had them pierced almost at the same time. After that, basically, after that 1 month, practically waited like 2 months. After that, those 2 months, I actually started like changing my piercings, my earrings and stuff like that. And that's when I got these like that with zircon, like diamond like, that shine. I also have like a cross that hangs. And yeah, so basically, to be honest, one of the easiest piercings to get, I think it's the earrings, because it's pretty easy. And it's like the process of healing is pretty fast too. And yeah, so basically, what I was talking about. Now I'm gonna get into this one. This one right here is actually a bit more complicated. Why? Because let's start when they do it to, like, when they do it to you. My experience practically, I actually did it when I was training because I'm a footballer. I'm not sure how you call it, soccer player. Yeah, footballer. And I was training one day, and I came back from home, and I was thinking about it. I was like, should I do it? Because I actually like it, and I actually did it. Yeah, and I went there, and I told the dude what I wanted, and he told me, all right, so this is the process. We're gonna do it with this needle, and basically you're just gonna relax. You're gonna tell me where you want it, because he puts like a little dot, with a marker, and you'll just usually tell him, all right, maybe a little bit down or more up or whatever you want, or however you like it. After that, that's where he starts preparing the needle. He cleans it, everything, blah blah blah, and my experience, again, I was thinking it was gonna be like the earring, but in this case, it was way different because he didn't actually put a cream in it. Like, he didn't put no gel for to numb the pain, the skin and all that. He just basically went in, and I was like kind of scared because I didn't see any gel. He didn't put anything. And once he put the needle right there on my nose without pressing, right, I got scared. I was like, wait, 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 wait. But the cream and stuff. Literally, when I said but the cream, he pressed it in, and oh my, that, I mean, it did hurt, but uh, I guess it's like a 50-50, feeling. I guess it kind of hurts, it kind of doesn't. It depends on how you take pain. But for me personally, I think it was more about me being nervous than actually it hurting when it actually went in. But whatever. When it went in, what he does is that he starts putting the. I didn't start with this one. I actually didn't start with this one. I started with like a little. What do you call it? Like a little crystal, I guess you'd say, like a little dot. And what he does is that he has the needle in there, but the needle has like a little hole. And what he does is inserts the piercing, yeah, in the little hole, and then in the back he puts the screw and he screws it in. That's what he did. And once he puts that in there, he just takes it out. He cleans it a little bit more. I think he puts like an alcohol, but it's special alcohol though, not alcohol like the one that you find in the supermarket or pharmacy or whatever. And he applies that. After applying that, he tells you the process of healing. This actually heals. But the healing process is pretty long because it's not like the earrings that you maybe a month or 2 months or even 3 months. This one actually takes about, for me, it took me about almost like 6 months, 8 months, around there, almost a year. So, and again, take like you have to keep in mind that I actually didn't really follow the disinfection process, the healing process correctly. So, if you do follow the healing process correctly, obviously your healing process will be faster than mine. Maybe in 4 or 3 months, like how I've been saying. So back to the story. After that, I had the piercing on my nose, and I basically, I just started cleaning it like the few first days. I think it was like a full 2 weeks. that I started doing that I continued doing that. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. It didn't hurt. Obviously, once I like touched it like that, like maybe in accident that you touch it like that, it would actually hurt. But yeah, it never got infected, the first 2 weeks, right? The first 2 weeks. And I just continued cleaning it, all this, and it was all good until one point that actually got infected. That pus came out and stuff like that. And I actually wanted to change it to a nose ring. I was very anxious to change it to a nose ring, and that was a problem. So I took my little dot out, which was a screw again. That hurt a lot. And I bought the nose ring, and I inserted the nose ring. What happened was that while inserting the nose ring, again, it scraped the little hole that I had, and that created obviously the infection, and it started creating like pus and just all this nasty stuff. At that point, basically, I just like try like take all the pus out. Like if you would do if you had a like pimple or something like that, I would squeeze and all that. I would clean it. And yeah, so again, that's what I'm saying. If y'all are like ever interested in having nose ring or piercings and stuff like that, it's better for you to follow the the process of healing. Yeah. However, they tell you should be doing it, to avoid all that stuff that happened to me. As you see right now, I have a nose ring with these like two little balls. Not too long ago, I had a different one. It was basically just a circle, and it kind of clicks in place. Although the nose ring I had first, the first nose ring I had, it was thinner. It was like say the size of I don't know, maybe paperclip, even less. It was thinner. It was thinner. But this one's bigger. And what happened is that I actually inserted this like really hard. Like I had to push it in there, and it basically opened my hole up. So I basically just opened my hole up a little bit more. So every time I take it out, it like looks big and stuff like that. Like you can see the hole once I take it out. Like I don't know if you could see right there. You see. So I mean, I do recommend maybe not doing that unless you like really want to. Just keep the nose ring at one size. Not to like create any damage on your body afterwards. And yeah, the one that I was telling you about, the one that clicks, is actually even bigger. That one I had to like. I started with this one. I started with the thin one. Then I started with this one. I put it in. It opened it even more. And then the one that clicks, I put it in there as well. I had to force it in there, and that opened my hole a lot bigger. So it's my hole is pretty big. The nose hole is pretty big. So it's like, yeah. Every time I take it off, you can see the hole. But yeah, this is a quick video again. My first video doing something like this. Doing a vlog. Explaining something. You gotta try new things. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, since it's the first video, it's not gonna be edited or. Well, I mean, I might see. But it's worth a try. It's worth a try. Maybe in another video, I'll talk about my tattoo. I also have a tattoo. It's 26 meters. Meters? No, centimeters. My bad. Centimeters, not meters. That's too big. 26, 28. My bad. It's 28 centimeters. It's basically a cross with a football, soccer ball, and then a crown, and on the bottom I got my initials, SM, Santiago Mendoza. And yeah, so I'll be explaining about that in another video. How it feels, the process of healing as well. That's something a lot more complicated and complex. It's a different story, and I'll tell you, my experience about how to get how I got my tattoo, how it feels, everything you need to know practically. I will be more specific about it in the next video. My bad, they're calling me. And yeah, I hope you like this video. You could give me some feedback. Maybe I can improve my videos in the future. And yeah, thank you.